Hello, hello, hello. I have some huge updates for you guys today, and I'm excited to be back with you. I haven't done a live in what seems like forever, and I have been missing you guys. Today, we're going to go over one of the biggest Democrats in Congress has been funneling money to Judge Juan Merchan's daughter. Putin says, I want the war over. I want peace talks. And Ukraine says, no, you guys are lying. We've got stuff about Harvard, new stuff coming out about the Biden family crimes. We've got information coming out about Nikki Haley. Trump gets his biggest endorsement and possibly his largest single cash infusion. The media tries desperately to misrepresent the turnout for Trump's Bronx rally, and the rally sets an absolute record. Many are saying that Donald Trump actually has a chance of taking the state of New York. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Carol, Michael, Joseph, Gretchen, Stephen, Stephanie D, Terry Lynn, Robin. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. I want to be respectful of your time. 2 days ago, former President Donald Trump held a massive campaign rally in Bronx, New York, a state that hasn't voted Republican in 40 years. During the rally, Donald Trump stated he has never seen New York in such bad shape and named homelessness, drug use, violence, and illegal immigrants as the biggest cause. Now, you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I've been hammering on this hard. Furthermore, Trump claimed he will work with Democrat leadership to help by stating, as soon as I get back in the Oval Office, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call your mayor and your governor, and I'm going to say, this is President Trump. I want to come back and help. So Trump is setting his ego to the side. He's saying, I want to work hand in hand with the Democrats in New York in order to make the city great again. Now, the left-leaning media, you guys, they always do this. The left-leaning media, the Trump-hating media, has tried to perpetuate a lie. They've been showing photos of the Bronx Trump event with maybe 200 or 300 people. They've been mocking Donald Trump, saying anyone that shows up is a clown. There's groups like Midas Touch News Network that are putting out all kinds of photos with really tiny groups of people, almost like they're a Biden rally. Now, unfortunately, these guys got busted big time because down in the corner of the photo, there's a timestamp, 11:09 a.m. Well, the event didn't start for 7 hours. So these guys are trying to say 7 hours earlier, oh my gosh, look how few people showed up for Donald Trump. This would be like going to Chick-fil-A or Subway at 10:59 p.m. and taking a photo and saying, wow, this place isn't going to survive. There's literally nobody here. Like, you have to show up when it's the appropriate time. However, this is really interesting because 7 hours before the actual Trump event started, there were 10 times as many people as at the last Biden event. I mean, his show up rate is abysmal, but do they talk about it? No. Now, the New York police have officially put out that they believe there were around 10,000 people, and more people were standing outside of the park than were able to get into the park. So this was a massive success, but the liars in the mainstream media have been caught once again. God, why do they do that? They know that we're going to bust them. I guess they're just hoping that liberals and progressive and Democrats don't watch honest news and they can get away with this crap. All right, now in response to the rally, liberal commentators argued that Trump is wasting time in New York, while Biden, who is smarter than Trump, is spending all of his time in battleground states. For instance, Representative AOC claimed that Trump is only campaigning in New York because of the hush money trial. While speaking to reporters, she said, and by the way, he's doing it in South Bronx, not to make a point, but because he's got court. The man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because He always has to be in court. So it's truly an embarrassment to him. But you know what else is embarrassing? Just the night before, AOC held an event in the same area, and she barely had 30 people there. And most of the 30 were only there to complain at how terrible of a representative she is. So the whole thing backfired. I love it. It's so funny to watch these guys. Now, during an interview with Fox News, Trump claimed that he honestly believes he could win New York. He stated, "If we win New York, the election is over. I think we have a chance to win New York. It hasn't been done in, many, many decades as a Republican. I think we have a very good chance." Now, according to Forbes, Biden has lost significant support in New York. However, he still leads Donald Trump by 9 points. But listen to this. He beat Donald Trump by 23 points. So he's lost 14 points. Like, this is a huge improvement for any presidential candidate, let alone Donald Trump. Now, the last time a Republican swept New York was Ronald Reagan. And I think that Donald Trump maybe has a chance of doing that again. Although I do think that he needs to spend some time in the state of Virginia, because they have over a dozen electoral votes. And right now he is trending to overtake Biden there more than in New York. So he needs to be really strategic about the swing states and the ones that are becoming the new swing states. By the way, thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. You gave one of my videos last week 27,000 likes. So thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate that. All right, now listen to this. Trump just got some major breaking news that is super, super positive. This is from George on Twitter. He wrote, "Breaking: the billionaire CEO of Blackstone, Steve Schwarzman, just announced that he'll be supporting Donald Trump in November and will raise money for him. He said, I share the concern of most Americans that our economic, immigration, and foreign policies are taking the country in the wrong direction. For these reasons, I am planning to vote for and support Donald Trump for president. In addition, I will be supporting Republican Senate candidates and other Republicans up and down the ticket." Now, Steve Schwarzman is worth $40 billion and has many billionaire friends that he says he will be able to convince to, if not publicly, at least privately support Donald Trump. So if you see this as good news, over in the chat, give this a thumbs up or type in the letter G for good news. But this is huge. This guy was saying, we don't want Trump. It's his time to step down. He should go into retirement. Now he's seeing just how horrible Joseph Robinette Biden is. This guy's worse than Jimmy Carter. They're seeing how bad it is. They're saying, we've got to get this clown out of the White House or else we won't have a country. Like the economy, immigration, foreign policy, it's all going downhill. You guys are like, G, thumbs up, G. I love it. All right, that's huge. That's a huge, huge update. So I'm glad I could bring that to you. Now, as the election inches closer, it's good to see that Republicans are starting to align. Even with the initial backstabbing from Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis, it appears that everyone is finally back on good terms. Now, a real shocker came when Nikki Haley endorsed Donald Trump. And some of the people in her camp were mad, but now they're starting to understand that maybe it's not exactly a vote for Donald Trump, but we absolutely must vote against Joe Biden. And so your best option is a president with a proven track record, excellent foreign policy, no new wars, cheap gas, affordable food, affordable rent, affordable houses, like so many better things, lower crime. It's going to be absolutely great. And that's why they're all starting to fall in line. Now, Trump did say at the end of his Bronx rally that Nikki Haley will likely play a part in his cabinet. Now, immediately the left-leaning, Trump-hating media said He's going to make her vice president. They know that that's just to rally up the anger of the Republican base, the MAGA base. He did not say she will be vice president. I do not believe that she will be vice president, but she may have some role in there. But I don't think she is bold enough, and she doesn't carry Trump's vision forward, and she's not MAGA, and so therefore I don't see her even being on the short list for vice president. But maybe let me know. I think that he might put her in, but he's definitely not going to make her. He's definitely not going to make her vice president. Now, Haley's move was well received by most Republicans, but Democrats say that this feels like betrayal. Like, why is this betrayal to you? Right? Like, and also nobody cares what you think. However, former U.S. Representative Adam Kinzinger called her decision expected but pathetic. Outlets such as CNN bashed Nikki Haley for voting for chaos and going back on her word. But she's not going back on her word. She wants a better country, and Biden's not the one to make that happen. Also, Adam Kinzinger is a rhino that voted to impeach Trump and weaponized the Pelosi J6 scam committee against Donald Trump while sitting next to Liz Cheney. So his opinion has zero influence on my life. The guy's a loser, and that's why Chicago, or rather Illinois, decided to vote that clown out of office. Now, in Congress, Senate Republican Marsha Blackburn has failed to pass legislation that would prevent children from child trafficking. Unfortunately, Democrats chose to block the bill, which would have required adults and children arriving at the border to be DNA tested to ensure that, yes, this is your parent. Even with the evidence suggesting that this is a strong deterrent for trafficking, Democrats voted against it. It's really unfortunate that Democrats are scared to act on anything that has to do with improving the border because they might not get future votes from illegal immigrants. But let me be crystal clear. Democrats voted against making sure children at the border aren't being trafficked. This is disgusting to me. This facilitates human trafficking, and you know what happens to these children that are trafficked. It's disgusting, and I think that these guys are disgusting for voting against it. Now, the House Ways and Means Committee has continued to uncover evidence which suggests that President Biden may have been involved with his brother Jim and his son Hunter in their business dealings with foreign countries. Now, according to Breitbart News, someone named Dad was in a text thread with Hunter and Jim in 2017. In my experience, these apps, such as WhatsApp, are specifically used to hide communication when doing dealings you don't want to be seen. Now, I do think it's a little bit weird that Hunter suddenly started calling Joe Biden dad, because up until this point, he's been called the big guy. Gosh, these guys are so corrupt. All right, now protesters at Harvard have returned to chanting in outrage after the Harvard Corporation overruled a decision to allow protesters that set up encampments and called for the death of Jews to graduate from Harvard. These students thought they dodged a disciplinary bullet, but were mistaken when the real authorities got involved. Overall, 13 students were barred from graduating. They're furious, and they're saying Harvard is an evil institution. But, like, what did you think was going to happen when you were calling for the death of another group of human beings? Like, nobody's calling for the death of Palestine. It's a war. It's ugly. No one's calling for the death of Russia. No one's calling for the death of Ukraine. But you guys are calling for the death of Jews. Like, that's what makes this horrible. All right, now speaking of Russia, Russian President Vladimir Putin has just called for a ceasefire with Ukraine after carrying out a massive offensive push. Putin claimed that peace talks should resume and should be based on the realities on the ground and not what each side of the table wants. While peace would sound good in principle, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba stated, Putin currently has no desire to end his aggression against Ukraine. Only the principled and united voice of the global majority can force him to choose peace over war. Additionally, Ukraine's presidential advisor stated that accepting a ceasefire would mean that the West has lost. So to me, it seems Ukraine is willing to continue to sacrifice their men, women, and children. They continue to fight for a lost cause. This is an embarrassment. This is a humanitarian crisis. Like, literally, Vladimir Putin is like, we're done. We've won. We want peace. Let's just draw a line. Let's make this thing. Nobody else needs to die. And they're like, nope. We have to force him into peace. He's like, no, you guys, you don't have to force me. I'm here to do this right now. But no, they don't want to hear that. It's crazy. And here's why they don't really want it to end. Because this is one of the largest money laundering schemes in world history. We are talking on the level of hundreds of billions of dollars. Imagine you have a $100 billion company. You are going to fight tooth and nail to keep that baby alive. Well, that's exactly what's happening here, right? The military-industrial complex and members of Congress that are bought and paid for and blackmailed, they're all calling for this war to continue. Volodymyr Zelensky, who refuses to hold an election because he can stay in power under martial law for the next 10 years, doesn't want to give up his power. The writing is on the wall. And Putin is like, listen, let's end this. I don't want to keep killing Ukrainians. I don't want any more people to die. And they're like, nope. Until you really want peace, we're going to continue to beg America for money. Gosh. All right. All right. Now let's end on this corruption story. By the way, hello, everybody. I see you. I promise I'm not ignoring you. There's just a lot to get through today, and I want to do that. But I see you. I want you to know that I see you. And thank you guys. 1,800 likes. Thank you guys so much. 4,700 of you on live right now. That's so awesome. I love it. I love this community of truth seekers. All right. Now, this is coming from Laura Loomer again. She has a breaking news story. I told you how it's now been proven that Judge Juan Merchan's daughter in the hush money trial has been making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of Donald Trump's hush money trial. And all that money is coming from Democrats and being funneled right into Judge Juan Merchan's daughter's private residence in Virginia. Now, Laura Loomer just found the receipts, the evidence of the big Democrat dog, Hakeem Jeffries. Here's what she had to say. New York Democrat Congressman and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has sent nearly $1.5 million in payments to the personal residence of Judge Juan Merchan's daughter, Lauren Merchan. This is because she is the president of Authentic Campaigns. As President Trump's rally in the Bronx, New York, is about to take place, Democrat Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is telling Donald Trump, go home. Trump, you're not wanted in the South Bronx. A week and a half ago, New Jersey Democrat Congresswoman Miki Sherrill, who is also a client of Lauren Merchan and has sent hundreds of thousands of dollars, she also posted that Trump should go back to court and not do rallies in New Jersey that pull in 109,000 people. This seems like the exact same writing style, which makes me suspect that Lauren Merchan is the one writing these tweets against Donald Trump while receiving money from the people she's writing tweets for. You follow? Okay. Now, Lauren Merchan does digital consulting and digital fundraising for Hakeem Jeffries, which means she likely tweets for him. Now, did Lauren Merchan write up the anti-Trump tweets and the anti-Bronx rally tweets? Most likely. She then, oh my gosh, this is so funny. She said, Hakeem Jeffries is nothing more than a Dollar Tree Barack Obama. Like the cheap version of Barack Obama. Now, it turns out Hakeem Jeffries is a client of Judge Merchan's daughter and has sent $1,428,800 $879 to her personal residence. Yes, that's right, almost $1.5 million, according to Schedule B FEC filings by Representative Hakeem Jeffries. He is funneling money directly to Juan Merchan's daughter. This is unethical, and she is calling for the oversight committee to investigate this. Now, I want to know from you guys in the comments, should this case against Donald Trump be dropped in New York? Or if, at the very least, Judge Juan Merchan should recuse himself as his daughter Lauren rakes in millions and millions and millions of dollars from people who sit on committees that are going after Trump, bad-mouthing Trump, setting up future impeachment cases against Trump, and calling for lawfare against Donald Trump. Yes, you guys are saying drop the case. Yes, 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 drop it. Yes, drop it now. This is insane. This is insane, you guys. The number one person for the Democrats in the House of Representatives has funneled $1.5 million to Juan Merchan, the judge, to his daughter's house. And then she goes on and writes all these horrible things about Donald Trump. But this is the worst part. These people sit on the committees that are going after Donald Trump. So they're literally paying money to somebody to handle the PR while they secretly go after it. I mean, are we living in North Korea? Last I checked, this is America. This is absolutely disgusting. So disgusting. I think that all of these people need to be investigated for ethics violation. This is definitely conflict of interest. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, there are dozens and dozens of these. These are just the big names. Imagine how many of the small names, but all of these people, they all sit on committees. They all sit on committees that are going after Donald Trump. And did you guys know that they already have 10 impeachment lawsuits ready to go for the first day that Donald Trump is in office? And we're not done with the lawfare against him. They are going to continue to accuse him of horrible things to shame him, his family, his wife, his children, his businesses. They are going after him like crazy. And yet they have the audacity to say that you and I are clowns because we want a better president. I'm telling you, even if you don't vote for Trump, you have to vote against Biden. He is just such a corrupt president. He's ruining the country. I mean, all of the billionaires are starting to wake up and they're going, wait a minute. I make a lot of money from America, and America is about to fall apart. You've got the middle class going, wait a minute. Everything is falling apart. You've got lower income families that are struggling. I'm talking, they are on the edge of their income, and they're going, we can't do this anymore. It's absolute insanity. All right, I want to be respectful of your time. I love you guys. Stay amazing. This is my update. Have a great day. I see you guys over there. I love you guys so much. Give this video a like because it helps out so much. Share this on Twitter and on Facebook and with family and friends. Stay amazing. Be amazing. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day.